we love talking about her. She's a thought leader. She's a cultural
Icon.
really. And of course that's Pearl. We're talking about our BFF Pearl. It's really the reason why we had oh my God. Speaking of another lesbian, we had her on the other week just because she got close to Pearl. She did a couple of live streams with her. Heidi Briones we had on because we were like, ooh, what makes her tick? So we're figuring it out. Anyway, Pearl made the news again. And this clip is kind of old. It just came across my desk recently. So I was like, well, we have to talk about this. Okay, let's pull it up. Pearl recently went on this show, which I had never heard of before. Let's see. It's called, okay, Tarika. It's a YouTube link. Okay. I had never even heard of the GFY show.
Oh boy.
I guess it stands for Go F Yourself.
Does it? Is that what it really means?
What else could it stand for?
Go fuck yourself.
Maybe it stands for Good for You.
Good for you. Good for you.
Good for you.
Or Generous Fly Youth.
You're just making stuff.
Or Glamorous Females Yearly.
Yes.
Chat, what does it mean?
Yeah.
Tell us. I never heard of it.
I figured it was Go F Yourself. So apparently Pearl has guested on this show at least once before or a couple times.
No.
Before.
She is actually one of the panelists. They're like they're trying to be the, you know how The View have, of course they had regulars. She was picked as, I guess you could say, the DEI hire from the Ghetto Ratchet.
Pearl was the DEI hire.
Yeah, Pearl was the DEI hire. So she was, because she's been on all the episodes. But see, the show is so boring because this is the 4th episode, I do believe. And the first one was boring as hell because when people made an announcement that she's going to be on Brittany Renner's podcast as a normal guest, as one of the regular guests that talk amongst each other, I was like, oh, well, let's see how this is going to turn out. And it was boring as hell. So we all tuned out after the first episode. And then it wasn't until this one where we was like, oh, shit, let's tune back in.
Yeah. And this is a great episode because and I was like, why are they all wearing blue? I guess that was unplanned.
Yeah, they're wearing the same sort of pastel over here. And of course, Clam is looking particularly heinous.
I did this for her to come from money. She wears the most cheap looking clothes.
Yeah,
also,
you're right.
This bitch better not talk about I deem nothing anymore. When she gets up, you almost can see her vag. Right?
Yeah. It's a really short dress.
I was like, bitch, you better not talk about I deem this outfit inappropriate. Looking like she just came off of a goddamn street corner.
Honestly.
So, but Brittany Renner.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Why does her name sound familiar?
She's an ex-porn star.
Oh, there you go.
Another hypocrite. So you're going to sit up here and call all these women hoes, but you're so happy to be around one. Like Pearl, the way Pearl was so gummy smiling on this show for the first season, it made it feel like she was finally accepted by the girls, that she was at the it felt like she looked like she was finally at the popular
she
girl
made it.
Right,
it looks like the cool girls finally let her sit with them at lunch.
Right, and she was so fucking happy. But it was a trap. all along. So
yeah,
I can't believe she put former D3 basketball. Like you're gonna put Division 3 in your lower third. I think that's kind of embarrassing. As a Division 1 athlete myself,
what else does she have to offer though? Like what else is like there? Her YouTube channel failed, yet still she want people to pay her $1,000 for a consultation about how to make their YouTube channel successful. That's
she
a
needs
fucking joke in
$5,000 to
itself.
come on Simpcast because she knows
Right.
she can't step to us.
Oh, that reminds me. It's time for me to send her the link, like I do every
Send
week.
her the link.
You know damn
Clam, get
well
over
that
here.
bitch is not going to show up when I'm here. Oh God, that would be a wet dream of mine to have her come.
I know. Wouldn't
I
that
send
just
her,
be?
I send her the link every week. I think that's fun.
That is fun. It's good
Yeah, but
stuff.
she ain't trying to get cussed out by 2 black women in 1 month. So
Not yet. She's had her fill.
I'm
This one I hadn't heard of her. Tarika Foster Brasby. She's a WNBA reporter and sports analyst, former D2 softball athlete. Again, that's not impressive. Division 2.
yeah, nobody cares.
And Miss Chick Dylan Gonzalez, a full-time artist, athlete, activist. Okay, so she does nothing.
Right.
I don't know who any of these people are.
I think
They
she
all
looks
do.
cute.
They all do nothing. I
They look
think
like
even Brittany
goggles.
is not even in the industry anymore.
So they're all talking about. I found this so odd. I'm like, okay, why do they all have iPads? They all start talking about sports, and I was like, who is this show for? Who is watching this? Like they go, they're kind of recapping this basketball game, and I'm like, who the fuck is watching this? Like any guy that's interested in basketball is not watching this show. They're not going to watch
Guys
women
don't
recap.
watch a group of women talk about sports, just like men who are in politics don't watch The View to get caught up on goddamn politics.
Why don't they cover the WNBA? Oh yeah, because no one watches it. Is that maybe why? Or
I guess.
And I was just like so confused. I'm like, is this a sports show? Is this a sports recapping show? And I'm like, this is just this girl's wearing just her boobs are nice, but her shirt is completely see-through. So I'm like, oh, where's Pearl deeming her inappropriate? No, she doesn't say a word.
Well, look at Pearl though.
Yeah. No, she has an awesome body. She can wear what she wants. She looks great.
She
her
looks
abs are like,
fantastic.
That's inappropriate for a podcast though. These women are ratchet as hell. Okay?
Yeah, she should be wearing that to the club.
Right.
So anyway,
well, I mean, it's got like long sleeves, and she's got.
We
like,
should be able to look at her midriff though. Yes, girlfriend, you got yourself an 8-pack. Yay, slay.
Yeah.
But you know,
I wouldn't want to see this woman in a turtleneck. I think she looks kind of chic, kind of artsy. I don't mind that.
She's a little like Erica Badu.
She looks very appropriate for ratchetness. So I mean, I know the bar is low, but yeah, okay.
Oh my god, I think she's the only one that looks appropriate. Everybody else, no, I don't know.
And then I'm like, oh, I'm looking at Pearl. I'm like, oh, she's parting her hair slightly differently. She has her nails done.
Yeah,
like
try running a comb through it, Clam. That might help.
Yeah.
She put in like 5 seconds of effort here.
How about
and
a
so
little dry shampoo, Clam? That might help you too.
A little volumizer. Maybe just flip your head upside down, a little blow dry. It's fine. Baby steps. And then I'm going, okay, here. Wow, she is getting along with these women. This is outstanding. And then
we want to go down on them, probably. That's why.
She's imagining them all nude. That's why it's going well. And then this whole podcast goes south. Tree, you've covered this extensively.
Yes.
Do you remember at what time this starts to take a turn for the words?
I think you went too far because she's gone by now. So go backwards. She's gone. She's gone already. Go back. No. Back.
Wow, she walked off kind of early on.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Not to ruin the surprise.
A little bit more. Okay, right here.
Okay, let's play.
So in 7 minutes and 19 seconds.
Oh, yes, they start an argument about what is female intuition. Right. And Pearl does what she always does. She
says something stupid.
She says a smug smile on her face, and she goes, "You tweeted this recently," and she's setting herself up to do what she hopes will be a gotcha moment. But this girl here is having none of it. The blonde. I've already forgotten her name because my brain is mashed potatoes. Brittany Renner. Okay, so here she goes.
From the internet or socials that they would like to address.
And it was something about female intuition.
Gotta rewind it.
Start with Pearl. Sounds so messy. We're gonna start with Pearl.
I'm first.
Yes. I mean, yeah, first, yeah.
Okay.
Why doesn't she wear a bra?
I saw something.
No, yeah, there's no bra happening here unless it's a strapless.
Something that you retweeted, Brittany.
Yeah. Oh, it's not even you. I saw you retweeted something. I'm here to call you out on your retweet.
Big mistake.
Girl,
There's something about
and
it was something about female.
And she already knows it's coming. She's basically rolling her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
These two are laughing. This one in the middle with the red hair, I think she hates conflict. Like she ends up being like just physically in the middle of this back and forth. She gets very awkward. This one thinks it's funny.
Tuition.
Okay.
And I just don't think female intuition exists. I think female intuition is terrible. I think
it's hard to take her seriously when she has this dumb smile on her face.
Right.
It's like, are you actually critiquing me on something? Are we actually having a conversation? Or are you, it's hard to take her seriously because she doesn't have a serious face.
Also, she said she doesn't believe that female intuition doesn't exist, but then she says, but I think it's terrible. Well, which one is it, dumbass? Okay.
Yeah, also, just because you don't have female intuition, Clam, because you're a closeted lesbian and you don't know what you are, like, doesn't mean everybody else doesn't. Like,
she just, when you hate who you are as a woman, why would you have female intuition?
You would, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And kind of, I don't know if you've seen this clip already, but what you said is almost exactly Brittany's point.
It's terrible in what way?
We make terrible choices as women.
Fuck you.
The side. The side. Like, here we go.
So people always say, oh, my female intuition, I knew because of my female intuition. And yeah, I don't think I don't think it's really.
She's like, she acts like a know-it-all, but she doesn't.
That Brittany girl looked like it physically hurt her. Like that.
It did.
Thing.
Well, intuition, just simply put, is heightened awareness. And so it stems from when women were at home with children and had to be tuned into what was going on. So intuition doesn't just stop at children, it's across the board. So if you aren't tuned into your intuition, that's what you think.
No. I just look at the choices we make.
No, I want this to be about everyone but me. I'm talking about all the women that aren't me because I'm perfect and I make all the right choices.
My mother hates me, and I'm a lesbian, so I'm out of this conversation. I'm just saying what I see. And also, does anyone have a comb? I don't know.
I'm super rich.
And a bra. Does anybody have a comb and a bra?
In a bra.
My family is loaded, so I can make all the mistakes I want. And
exactly, and that's what I said. We'll get to that in a minute. I want to make that point. Like, this bitch Brittany is right. This bitch does not have any real life experience to where when you fall, there's consequences for that, where you got to start from the bottom. She has failed so many businesses, but she has rich parents, i.e. her daddy, to help her move on to the next one without actually having to struggle.
She's never had to start from the bottom. She always
Never.
She started, what did he say? Some people start life on third base, you know.
Mm-hmm.
She's and that's not a sexual thing. It's just she's got a major leg up in life.
Yeah.
She started from the bottom, now she's queer. Basically.
And that's the thing, right? That's right. And the thing is, it's not her fault. She has rich parents. You can't control that your parents are rich.
She should shut the fuck up about what other women go through because she can't relate. She doesn't know how it is where women are looking at their bank accounts, especially if they got children, and trying to figure out how they're going to pay the rent, how they're going to pay all the utilities, as well as feed the children and get them some food for their school. Like, she doesn't understand struggle. She also doesn't understand how it is when you put all your money and your savings and maybe you took a loan to start a business and it failed, but you still got to pay that fucking money back. This bitch don't know shit about that. So she should shut the fuck up about life experience and intuitions. How the fuck would she know? She's too busy rescuing Negroes off the fucking street and having them move into a fucking mansion with her goddamn rich ass daddy, helping them come up, and then fucking send them out there so they could be growing up and beat up on other white girls.
She likes to have her little LARPing as the Sandra Bullock in the bright side. That's
Yeah,
what
because
The
now she
blind
got another
side.
one.
She's not very bright.
She got a new black one from Zimbabwe. And he's so happy that he lived in a fucking penthouse, and now she's gonna bring him over to America. So she let me tell you something. Let me stop being mean to this bitch because she has done so much for the black men. I need to thank you so much for your service, Pearl.
Yeah.
Thank you. You have leveled up so many black men. I really should basically contribute to you and your service. Thank you so much.
She's Sandra Bullock in the blind.
It's the blind side.
I never had one of my own before. What? Room to yourself? Nah.
You can have this whole bed. Yeah, I've never had a bed.
Yeah, you get your own bed in this house because I know you won't want to fuck me.
You get your own bed, but it comes with me in it.
But you're gonna get in the bed too? Oh, never mind. I'll stay on the streets.
And honestly, you don't really know who you are until you have to be scrappy in your life. And I feel like most people I know have been paycheck to paycheck or worse at some point in their life. And those are the experiences that show you yourself and your potential, and it makes you more humble when you are eventually doing better. You never forget like being broke, or you never forget being super fat.
You
like
never forget being hungry either. You just don't forget those things.
Yep. And it keeps you humble. And unfortunately, like Pearl has never had to deal with that. She's had a very cushy, comfortable life. Not her fault. She has rich parents, but like she doesn't have that perspective. So she comes off kind of retarded on these interviews.
And also, I think she's just an asshole.
That too.
Just fucking. She's just upsetting women on the internet to make money. To be honest with you, I think that's her whole thing. So good on you.
To get in the good graces of like of dudes that hate women or dudes that have been burned by women, and
but they hate her too, because you should see how many times they call her mud shark in the goddamn comments, or they show these ugly ass pictures of her when she's taken with a whole bunch of people. Like they disrespect her now because she has fallen off. Like in the beginning, they was just praising her, loving her, this, that, and the other. Now that she fell off and nobody really, her engagement has gone down drastically. Nobody gives a fuck about Pearl. So now she's just trying to be edgy for the sake of, trying to get relevancy again.
Yeah. I don't know about her, so this is a learning stream for me.
I'm
I'm just listening. Like I'm learning about her. I saw her face for the first time because Chrissie.
See, I'm doing so much PR for you, Pearl.
Yeah, Clam, come on
we
the
as
show.
Women, I mean, look at
Clam.
Look at.
Oh, right. And she interrupts Brittany so much. She's trying to get a point at. She can't stop interrupting her.
What kind of choices do you make?
Okay, what kind of choices do you make, Brittany?
And that's another thing she does a lot. You ask her, you'll say, well, what kind of choices did you make, Pearl? And Pearl will throw that shit back on you. And Brittany and the rest of these ladies are not used to those techniques. You can't have her deflect. Pearl is a master at deflecting. She's a master at basically answering the question without answering the question. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
she doesn't want to talk about herself.
No, she don't want to talk about herself. And if you because I want someone, and Pearl, I know you watching, you know what I'm saying? I would love for your bitch ass to give the definition of a whore, because if you give that definition, you would definitely be talking about yourself. Because I've seen her one time say, well, if you're not a virgin, you're a whore. So I want her to admit that she's a whore. Because we know she ain't no goddamn virgin. All right. She won't even when Sneeko and Aiden Ross, and I have that clip, when they asked her about her body count, she was like, gee guys, that's pretty personal. I don't want to talk about how my body count is, but she want to ask other women about their body count.
Yep. She's a hypocrite.
I'm talking good choices.
So
look at, we own the majority. I have no debt, right? But women in general,
I have no debt.
Obviously, you don't have a debt. You have a rich ass daddy that gives you a fucking goddamn allowance every month. A huge allowance.
I have no debt.
I have no debt.
How the fuck does she have debt though?
Other people, right?
And if you had rich parents, You too would have no debt.
Because you're from a rich family.
Yeah, and then Brittany immediately comes out with that. Yeah.
In general, women.
You're from a rich family. So what are you talking about? No debt, girl.
Women in general have a
congratulations. Women, like you don't get a fish don't get applauded. I know,
I'm lucky. That's why I said I'm lucky.
Okay, so for you, so why lead with that?
I love her. I was like neutral on all of them, and then she is just calling her out. She does a very good job.
She's great.
Calling her out on each point and not letting it go.
You asked for an example, and I'm going to give it to you. Do you want me to start?
Girl, okay. Let me tell you what women.
Let's talk about.
And then she goes condescending. She goes, she's shitty attitude. She deflects, and then she gets condescending and gaslighting the other person into thinking that they're not treating her well, when really she's the one not treating them well.
Yeah. About what we're not going to do, because you have a history of doing this, because I'm familiar with you.
She's got her number.
Girl, what you like to do is you like to say these really stupid fucking comments, right? And then so what you do, then you like sit back and then you're like, you think you're so smart. You have this fucking smug ass look on your face. And then you're waiting for someone to give you that like emotional, like passionate response. So then.
Yes, because she's acknowledging like you do this just to trigger people emotionally.
Right.
But she monetizes triggering people. She monetizes it.
Can't handle when she does the triggering online, but in person, that bitch can't handle confrontation. She can't handle when you give it right back to her. We've seen this on the Piers Morgan show. We've seen this on the Ethan Klein show, and now we see it here. When you give that energy right back to her, she rage quit, or she's just like she can't deal with it anymore. Then she's going to come on her fucking Twitter and act like a victim. But I noticed that ever since I had showcased this, she is still not mentioning this on her Twitter timeline, which I find very interesting.
Now, do you think Pearl acts this way because she is terrible off book? Like if she is pushed off of her bullet points, like a real one-on-one conversation, she isn't that great at, because that would require her to be like authentic and have true beliefs. And when you're in an argument like this, you're being thrown off your book, right? You have to answer. You can't just come back with your talking points. It doesn't
But that's all she knows is her talking points. And if you want to see somebody calm, dismantle her talking points, look at her debate with Michael Knowles. All right. When she is stuck, she gets a guy in the background who's basically helped feed her to the talking points because she can't defend them. She's a parrot. All she knows how to do is repeat what she heard, but she can't defend it. She doesn't understand the logic behind it or the reasoning around it. She only knows how to say it, but she can't defend it. And therefore she'll deflect. When you basically call her out, she'll deflect on something else to get, and people fall for it. Even Michael fell for it for a while when she said, when she told Michael that all women, regardless if they're married or not, should take a paternity test to make sure that their husband is the father of their kids. And then Michael was like, so you're calling my wife a whore? And then she does this. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger.
I just make observations. So don't shoot the messenger.
Like, we know it's like, and he was like, so would you do, are you a whore? When he put it back on her, she was like, listen, I'm just saying that we should basically make women be responsible for blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And he fell for the deflection because he didn't make her be accountable. Because then, therefore, if she gets married, which I doubt very seriously, and if she has kids, which I also doubt very seriously, you know what I'm saying? Will be insulted if one of her black baby daddies told her to take a paternity test. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't need to take one because I mean, she makes absolutely no sense. And I'm telling you, she only does this. She only goes on these shows. She only does this to monetize just triggering people. It's her entire
but she didn't
MO.
Advertise it. This is the most it's peculiar, and I find it interesting. She doesn't mention this at all.
Because she looks bad, but if this had gone the way she wanted to, if she were able to get an emotional response out of Brittany, she for sure would have clipped it after the fact and been like, Pearl owns Brittany. You know?
Right. And she's also mentally ill, obviously. So let's not forget that. Like she's just some weird cyborg she's like, well, that didn't go great. After Piers Morgan, right? She posted a picture like, wow, I did great. You didn't. You looked like a moron and you looked terrible. Run a comb through your hair, Clam. Run a comb through it.
Guilty here is saying that she was paid $1,000 to do the show. Do we know this? Was she paid to do this?
Wow.
I think they're all paid because they all are. She's not a guest. She's one of the panelists. So I don't think she's did it for free at all because I think this was a podcast where Brittany was serious about trying to make this podcast a real thing. I don't know how much she gets paid, but I'm sure she did get paid because she is one of the regular panelists, but not anymore after this episode. Because Brittany said she's not coming back, so apparently she got fired after she walked out.
That's too bad.
Oh my God.
You can sit there and be super dismissive and really kind of just gaslight. And I don't know, as a female,
gaslight.
No. Yeah, do you know what that word means?
She even gaslights by saying gaslight. Gaslight. What does that mean? Again, and there's nothing is landing on her. She might be a psychopath. Like, no, she's so good at being defensive. She has this has this shield up almost. Like I've never seen her emotionally let down. And when she's challenged, she bolts like she did on this show. But
she's a dud of a human being. And she doesn't even sit there. She's not even good at gaslighting. She's just like, gaslight. Like, and then she leaves.
You guys use it for everything.
You guys use her. She acts and she always positions herself separate from all women.
Right.
She's better than everybody.
What do you mean,
that is
guys?
the definition of a pick-me.
Yeah.
That's a literal
She's better than everyone. She doesn't act like I'm not like a regular woman. I don't have debt.
I don't have debt, and I don't have a soul. And my parents hate me.
Okay, you know what's funny about you saying you guys is seriously, it kind of feels like the only thing that is actually feminine about you is that you have a vagina. Okay. Because I feel like there's like
she's like, do you want me to show it to you?
Okay, what's feminine about you, Brittany?
Exactly. Right back at her. What's feminine about you? Woman with long hair and a cute body and nice makeup and nails.
Right.
Yeah.
Ran a comb through her hair.
I was just gonna say brushed hair.
Yeah.
What about me?
Oh, come on. Like, come
on, Pearl. Girl. Like,
he's like, I'm so feminine. I've had sex with 80 black guys.
That's actually saying, really, Brittany, do you really think you're feminine? You're really good at challenge. It's just so dumb. She doesn't even know what to challenge her on.
I'm not trying to go personal here. So I don't know why you're trying to make this personal.
No, you made it personal when you
I said
when you led with, hey, I don't have any debt. I don't know. As if that's a flex because your parents have money.
You asked
what have you actually earned for yourself?
Brittany, you asked me. I'm saying in general, women own the majority of debt.
She wouldn't answer that question. Pearl, what have you done for yourself? What have you earned for yourself?
Not a goddamn thing. Not a goddamn thing. She keeps coming up with, and it's fucking documentary. I saw a video that she just recently uploaded saying, now that I'm demonetized, now she's doing a cope thing where she's saying, yeah, guys, you know, I'm been demonetized, but I think that's a blessing. I really didn't like doing those shows, and I'm not a confrontational person. And, you know, I don't want those interviews. They were really stressful. This is cope. Now that she's not making that type of money anymore, now she all of a sudden doesn't like it. She says she hates it. And then, of course, the fucking divorce documentary that's supposed to have been coming out for the last 2 years, she put that off and said, I'm going to make a new documentary, and I'm going to put that divorce documentary to the side. I'm working on a new documentary. Ready for this? Y'all ready for this? The new documentary of her life being demonetized.
Oh no. Wow. I like Philip Smith's comment. Pearl's giving me a reverse boner. I owe you one boner. Yeah. That is so funny. She's making a documentary about being demonetized.
And I said, who gives a shit? You're not homeless. You didn't lose. You didn't get evicted. Like, who gives a fuck you got demonetized? It did not hurt you financially. There is no there is no rag to riches arc in your fucking documentary. So who gives a fuck about a rich girl, a rich spoiled ass bitch who got demonetized because you were attacking women and you also sexually exploited an underage girl? That was the initial reason.
Mhm.
And when the parents of that girl told you to take that video down, you told them to kiss your ass, and then they demonetized you, and now you want to play victim.
She acts like being demonetized on YouTube is akin to living in your car. That's how she talks about it.
Right.
She
And you
better
can
have
tell,
a big car.
you can tell she doesn't have any passion. But I've been on my political channel. I've been demonetized. I got my monetization. This was a year. No, back in 2022, I got demonetized, right? And guess what? I continue to upload. I continue on my political channel. I got demonetized, and I continue to upload. I continue to live stream, and then 4 months later, they gave me my monetization back. Okay,
Wow.
so it's like I didn't stop what I was doing. I continued to do what I was doing. I just stopped doing what they wanted me. They didn't want me to talk positive about Russia. And that's the reason why I got demonetized. So I said, okay, you don't want me to talk about it no more? Okay, I'm going to stop. And then I stopped and I continued doing what I was doing. And then they gave me my monetization back. So you can tell if your heart is really in what you're doing, you just don't stop because the money stopped coming in. Okay, and trust me, that hurt, but I didn't stop. You know, there's still Stream Elements, Streamlabs. There's still, you know, Patreon. There's so many other places you can continue to go. But see, this is how you know it's a grift for her, because she completely just stopped doing the shit.
Interesting. Okay.
We don't make great choices. If we look at who we pick, let's look.
We don't make great choices. How is that helpful?
Yeah,
how
is we?
Speaking about women in generalities, how does that help when you speak about people in groups? You're not going to help an individual, and that's why I've always said Pearl doesn't care about helping people because, and even Keanu says it, she deals with people one-on-one. You can't always stereotype people into groups. You're never going to help an individual by putting them in a box, by putting them in a group.
When you do, it only makes them angrier. You cannot generalize. You have to take people one-on-one. Clam one-on-one, it's repulsive to me the way that she interacts with other people. We as women don't make great choices. Suck my dick. How about that? I have nothing else to say.
Meanwhile, like she says we, but then she'll say, "Oh, but except for me, because I'm not."
But if you ask her, well, Pearl, was it a great choice for you to take the homeless Wanya out of his car and have him come live with you in your bedroom and underneath your parents' mansion and feed him and give him money and clothe him? And was that a good choice for you? Was that
never
a good
had
choice?
one of my own before? What? Room yourself? No. A bed. Well,
and again, like we're not like here to be like, oh, I don't think we're coming off petty. People always like, oh, cat fight.
I'm coming off petty. I'm petty. Petty is my favorite color. Fuck this bitch.
No,
I'm not nice to her. She hates women, and I'm tired of the bullshit. Okay, she ain't gonna sit up here and act like she's better than us because she came from a rich family. You know, she can't eat with us. Fuck her. I hate her, really.
No.
And I'm petty. Now, all the other beautiful ladies here are not petty. I'm very petty. I wear petty very well.
I'm pretty petty with Clam. I call her Clam, but it's because she deserves it. And I'm the nicest person. I mean, if I saw her in the lunchroom and she was sitting by herself, I'd probably cry and go sit with her until I got to talking to her, and then I leave her alone forever. Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty nice, like where that's concerned, because she looks like a loner because she deserves to be one. Her family doesn't even like her, but
true.
Right, let's see when she's gonna walk off. Let's
look at romantic decisions. Real soon. You'll make very good romantic decisions in general.
There's a point that needs to be made.
In general, it's always in general. Oh
yeah, you can't. You know what's good about in general? You can't argue with it because it's like it's too general to even talk about.
Where's your data on every woman?
She don't have any data. She never has data. She never recites anything accurate. She still spews out lies. Like the whole thing about women are in America. Women are the gender with the highest fat. No, the highest fat, and it's been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that it's men. Men are fatter than women. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yes. They have. She has been shown this data over and over again. There's more on percentage. There's more fat men than it is women. Okay, when it comes to overweight individuals, and so Destiny showed her this data. The preacher guy showed her this data, but she doesn't care. She still want to sit up here. Well, why are women are more overweight than men? You know what I'm saying? Per capita. Why is that? Like, that's not true.
Because women, it's definitely not true. Look at the men she's been with. They're pretty hefty dudes.
Both of them. Yeah. Oh my God. Especially Blesses gained 80 pounds since being with her.
Damn. Well, you got to factor in Biden inflation, and I don't know.
They're in London.
Oh, well then.
Well, they was in London. I think she said they're moving from London this Tuesday. So they're leaving London
she's moving to the States.
Yeah, this Tuesday.
There's not enough room.
Yeah, sorry, we're all full of pearls. Yeah, we're good. There's no room.
Here was she's talking about people who have there's a deep heightened intuition.
Okay. So now, is it this girl who brings up like white supremacy or
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not Brittany is the one that brings it up, but this girl right here tries to bring a little mediation to it. She calms it down a little bit, but right when she finished talking, that's when it gets real spicy.
Ooh.
And I think where the conversation is splitting is the fact that you're actually talking about people who don't have that, who have it turned off, who are disconnected
like her
from their intuition, who don't make poor decisions. We make poor decisions. Like when we actually go down to the root of why it is that we make these poor decisions, there's layers and layers and layers and layers to it. And
she's saying there, anytime someone makes a bad decision, you can't entirely judge from the outside because fear could be a factor. Past abuse could be a factor. Like, you never know.
Yeah, but we all make decisions. Who gives a fuck? That's how we learn. This is the thing about this is what I'm saying. Pearl has no life experience, because how else do we learn how to be better people if we don't make mistakes?
Again, you have to take people one-on-one. Sometimes you don't exactly know why they're acting the way that they're acting. You cannot generalize all women and say in general this, in general that, just like you can't generalize men. I think they would be very upset by that. Wouldn't you say? So Pearl, Clam, suck my dick once again.
Okay, let me get bing, bing, bing.
More of it is going to come from just like the science and backing that you kind of put into collective bundles that ultimately just come from who? The white man you were raised by. So when it comes to I'm reading that she doesn't have any.
The white man.
I'm sorry, I thought that shit was funny as hell.
The white man.
The white man that you
the
were
white
raised
man that
by.
you was raised by.
The one white man you were raised by.
I'm just saying. You asked for
So that's not you making a decision. That's you being born into white privilege. And we need you to acknowledge yourself.
I don't like that
she's the one that brings the race in there.
Yeah. I don't like that she says white privilege. And I think it's people get confused. I think it's a class thing. She's upper class.
Right.
And I think
because you have high class of all races. Right. But that's why on my video I said, no, you can't play the race card now, Brittany, because you invited the white girl onto your show, okay? And not only a white girl, you invited Pearl, so you can't you can't blame white supremacy now.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a hypocrite for this shit.
And it sounds like a little bit like she's kind of clicking into I don't know, like it just sounds like she's clicking into now reciting all this propaganda that probably she's been hearing for her whole life. But again, it's like almost like it's her kind of, I don't want to say it's like her training, but I've noticed people who go into these rants about white supremacy.
It's always their go-to for victim mentality. That's all that shit is. It's like, oh, I can't debunk your goddamn stupid ass talking points, which is easy as fuck. So I'm just going to sit up here and say, well, you're white. Okay, and trust me, it's funny to clown on whites, but there's white people when you're somebody like Brittany. But the thing about it is that there's so many goddamn talking points you can clown on Pearl itself. You see what I'm saying? So you don't go the racist route.
It's just privilege. It's not because like you said, Tree, we're all pretty much they're privileged people of all races, creeds, and religions. It's not necessarily white privilege.
Exactly.
But yeah, so that kind of like lowers it down then a little bit. But I think she's right on the mark there. Aside from that, so
yeah.
That's not a decision that you made. That is the way you came into this. And honestly, girl, you're a family of like 9 or 10. Like all that's how your dad set you up. So there are things that you genuinely did not have to experience. Right. You don't fucking know. You get to sit there again.
It's just like Pearl should know. Like she should do everything she can to not let people bring up this, because this just ruins the argument. It's her Achilles heel, I think, is like, yeah, you're rich and you just don't have this. I mean, she doesn't have many life experiences, but
she doesn't.
She can't say I've made great choices when it's like, no, let's see your life without.
And it's an excellent point. Like, you are not in a position to judge other people, the normies, the poor, the people who are rich, but they came from humble beginnings. You can't talk like that. You're failing upward. And so when you talk shit about women, especially women who are single moms, women who have to hold down 2 to 3 jobs, women who are basically put themselves through school, women who have to take care of their own mother or father or grandparents, you know what I'm saying? Women have a lot of burden, and she wants to vilify that, saying, oh, well, look at all the life decisions that you made. Also, sometimes women go into credit card debt in order to stay afloat. She doesn't understand that. She can't relate to that shit. She doesn't know what that is going to feel like.
Honestly, it's just person. I mean, some men have to go into credit card debt to keep their families, afloat.
Yeah, but she doesn't talk bad about men. She never talks bad about men. She always talks bad about women.
Always,
and this is why, this is my thing with her talking shit about women. And that's all because she resents her super mom. I love her mom. I stands me some Miss Davis. I love her fucking mother a lot. But she resents her mother, and she's mad that she'll never amount to that level of accomplishment like her mother.
No, never.
All right, here we go.
So you don't even have to make any decisions. You're the same person. You are the same person that the last time I saw you, you accidentally shut the fuck.
Okay, this is my favorite part coming up next, because this sounds like Pearl confided something with Brittany that now Brittany is about to bring up and throw in her face to make Pearl look even worse. And then Pearl just pretends that she's crazy and that she made this.
Shut the fuck up when I'm talking.
Also,
then you get to go. You're the same person who accidentally spent $50,000 and your dad was able to pay it off on your credit card. Yes, you did. When you spent.
I didn't actually.
You're the one who said an accident. I spent over my limit. That's what you said. That's what you said. So again, an unreal. That's what you said. That's what you said.
Oh, Pearl is freaking out. Like you can hear her voice. It's all just like in her chest.
And now Pearl has even hinted this.
Clam's going to gaslight her now and say, no, that didn't happen.
Yeah, that did happen, because Pearl even hinted the fact that when she always overspends, she has to justify the overspending to her father in an account. She did this when she was in a car one day. She says, every time my dad gives me allowance and I overspend, I always have to come up with justifications on why I had to spend that extra camera, or why I had to basically spend $20,000 on this fancy whatever, blah blah blah. She always complained about how she has to justify overspending the budget according to her, the allowance that she gets from her father.
Allowance, wouldn't that be nice? I never got allowance even when I was a kid.
Yeah, I I wish we did. I wish I got an allowance. I know I cannot relate to this at all.
Yeah.
I mean, no hate to anybody who did, but what I'm saying is that this is why no woman worth her salt is going to take Pearl seriously because she can't relate to what most women go through.
Yep. She has not had to struggle.
Can the last time that I saw you, So again, we're going back to your girl. What the shit that comes? That's what I'm saying. The shit that comes out of your mouth. You literally just say whatever. Shit.
Why are you getting so mad?
Like, I don't understand. Like, where would Brittany would not pull this out of nowhere. The details are too specific for her to just make this
Pearl
up.
getting mad. This is the best part.
And this is such another cope. It's such another cope when you're gaslighting someone like Clam is doing right now, and then they pop off on you, and then you go, "Why are you mad?
Yes.
Why are you so mad? Why are you getting so?
Why are you getting so mad at me? I'm
gonna run a marathon. Like, why are you so mad? Yeah,
but see, Pearl is just projecting.
You're fucking lying.
Yeah. Pearl is really projecting at this moment because she's real mad, and that's why she's going to be leaving in about 20 seconds.
I'm gonna run a marathon.
This poor girl in the middle is like, I don't know what to say.
Because honestly, you're fucking delusional.
Brittany.
Brittany. Go ahead.
Brittany, I do think there's one thing. I think there's one thing that we have to say. If you're gonna yell at me, I'm not.
Oh my God! Now you're resorting to yelling.
Yeah, wow. Like, it's why are you so mad? Why are you
gonna yell?
You're spewing bullshit.
I didn't come here to be yelled at.
I don't understand why she brought up that she's never had debt. Like, why did she start the conversation like that? If she doesn't want to talk about her money,
right, exactly.
Like, I know nothing about this girl, but like I'm learning a lot right now, and I'm just like,
how the total lack of self-awareness that's her first thing she brings up to prove that she makes good choices.
By the way, three black women, I've never had debt in my life. That's the way to start off this podcast. Like, are you serious?
Or like really with anybody? Like, the odds are it's just most people have had debt, or
everyone has it. Like, what is she saying?
Yeah, it's insane.
I'm not gonna do the show. Like, you don't have to. You don't have to scream at me. That's so disrespectful. I'm not.
So disrespectful. Like, her raising her voice after Pearl wouldn't let her finish her sentence. Pearl kept interrupting, and that's making her nuts because she's just trying to be like, no, you started this. I'm gonna actually answer to you on this, and she wouldn't let her. She's making her go nuts. And now she's like, wait, I didn't come here to be yelled at, disrespected. So she was disrespectful. She was disrespectful the moment she's like, Brittany, I'm going to talk to you about your retweet. Like, that's not why she was hired to come on this panel, to do a gotcha moment about a retweet. You're disrespectful, Pearl.
So she can't take a heavy debate. That's what I'm seeing right here. Yeah.
Oh no, we lost Tree. Maybe Tree went to get more receipts and then she'll be back. No, maybe Tree lost her Wi-Fi. We'll play it again.
I'm not here to get that's like, you don't have to be rude.
So something. If there's one thing I can't handle, it's rudeness.
Oh boy!
Wow.
Yeah, and then watch how crazy short her dress is when she gets up. I didn't think you would. Yeah.
If you're gonna yell at me, I'm not gonna do the show. Like, you don't have to. You don't have to scream at me. That's so disrespectful. You know, I'm not here to get that's like, you don't have to be rude.
She doesn't even know what to say. Oh my God. Like, I deem this inappropriate, Pearl. We can see your whole snatch when you get up.
Shit, why are you getting so mad? Okay, honestly, Brittany, you're fucking delusional.
Brittany.
No, Brittany. Go ahead.
And then makes her feel crazy. Like, she's like, you're delusional. Brittany, you sound crazy, Brittany. You're very emotional right now. I'm gonna leave so you can calm down.
I did nothing.
I think there's one thing that we have to say. If you're gonna yell at me, I'm not gonna do the show. Like you don't have to.
And it's not that she's being yelled at. It's that she has lost the argument. She looks terrible. She has painted herself into a corner. She can't deny that she's from a really privileged background and that her whole argument, I've made really great choices in life. I'm not like you women.
I have no doubt.
They're like, no, it's because of your rich family. You've been set up for success more so than the average bear. And she can't talk her way out of that. And so she's going to make it about, I've been disrespected. I've been yelled at. I'm leaving. Instead of like, no, you're right. You got me on that. I'm sorry. I came off like a privileged asshole. Sorry. So she really screwed herself there.
Yeah.
Sorry. Poor Pearl.
You don't have to scream at me. That's so disrespectful.
Now she's playing the victim.
Oh my god.
I'm not here to get like that's like you don't have to be rude.
I can't handle being screamed at. Too short, boy. Pearl, and you should have worn a bra.
I don't.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
They're like, all right, we're not gonna miss you.
Holy shit. The fuck on.
Okay, I still want to hear what you had to say though. So what did you? Well, I was about to just get into the point about women and having debt because the truth of the matter is women don't make as much. It's they're layered. It's so such a layered conversation. But if this. But if this
of course we are. We're so
got you mad, then
because you know what?
Oopsie, sorry. Tree, you missed the best part.
Sorry, it's storming here, and I'm on my phone now because
You scared the hell out of me. I thought it was because I said, by the way, 3 black women. I've never had that. All I meant was, I swear to God, my heart was pounding. I'm like, I didn't mean it like that. I meant like, oh God, we've all had debt. Just this crazy white woman. Oh my God. And then you went out and I was like, holy fuck. I think
it's stormy here. My internet is completely gone. So I was like, oh man, I hope they don't think I was rude. And I left.
No. I just almost had, I was short circuiting. I was so upset. I thought,
oh no.
Oh my God, I need my fan.
We were just saying that Pearl was like, I didn't come here to be yelled at. I didn't come here. You're rude.
I missed it.
All right, I'm gonna rewind it. I'm rewinding it. It's worth it.
Okay.
It was good enough. We're gonna watch it again.
$1,000 and your dad was able to pay it off.
Okay,
honestly, you're fucking delusional.
Brittany.
Don't Brittany. Go ahead.
Brittany,
I do think there's one thing. I think there's one thing that we have to say.
If you're gonna yell at me, I'm not gonna do the show. Like you don't have to. You don't have to scream at me. That's so disrespectful. You know, I'm not here to get like that's like you don't have to be rude.
No, bra. No.
Look at that dress. Look at that dress. You see what I'm saying? Like if she had a dingling, you would be able to see it right now.
You got it. And I'm saying wearing undergarments is not just for fat people. It's shapewear should be in everyone's closet.
Get yourself a pair of Skims before you fee-fi faux fum away. Okay?
That's
this
right.
is ridiculous. Come on.
I don't.
Oh my God.
And again, she only left because she painted herself into a corner, argument-wise. She has nothing left to say. So all she has left is to pretend that she is a victim, that she has been disrespected, and she is leaving because she can't answer to what Brittany's saying.
Yeah, right. Why are you yelling? Why are you mad? Because you're spewing bullshit and you're angering people with your awfulness. That's why. Yeah. That's why I'm yelling.
I wonder if she's learned. She probably hasn't learned anything from this.
No, of course not. Of course not. She doesn't learn.
No, she went home and ordered 68 waffles and and she feels great, you know.
And then I want to see what the red-haired girl had to say about that.
Look, my internet is back. I'm gonna connect back onto the I'm gonna connect back using my computer.
Okay.
Okay.
I still want to hear what you had to say though. So what did you? Well, I was about to just get into the point about women and having debt because the truth of the matter is women don't make as much. It's so they're layered. It's so layered.
Well, if you don't make as much, I don't like that's not a good argument. First of all, I don't
No.
believe that women don't make as much. I think women don't pursue the same kind of high earning jobs that men do. Women ultimately like
I actually did a video, like not a video, it was during a live talk about Thomas Sowell, like shutting someone down in the 70s about this with all the data and facts that women leave sometimes a lot to be mothers and they're out of the workforce for like 10 years.
Right.
And then they come back and little things like that doesn't get actually in the data. So everyone just says, no, women make less, but no, it's not always
and if you
true.
and even if you did make less, even if that was a real argument, well then spend less. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's people who make nothing who are very frugal and they're not in debt about it.
I don't have the graphs or charts, much like Pearl on this, but I think that a wage gap did exist for women in like high powered jobs like men. And I do think I think it's closing, which is nice, but women maybe just have different kinds of jobs. I'm not sure, but
the wage gap is generally because like most women do not want to work 60-hour work weeks. They simply just are not interested in doing what it takes to be CEOs.
Okay, Clam. I'm just kidding. I think there was a bit of one, but I think that's closed. Like, so if you are in one of those high powered jobs, I think it's at least closed.
Also, women are much shittier at asking for raises. I think that's part of it
that's
too.
true.
Men ask for more money.
Yep.
I'm like, I'll work here.
Layered
you pay me
conversation,
anything,
but
just like
I
know.
This
No, of
right
course we
here
are. We're so
just
proud.
got you mad. Then my
because you know what?
my
Or maybe
pullout
not.
was
I don't
really
know.
gonna make her mad because I was about to pull out the tweets about black women are racist. How
Okay,
in
go
the
ahead.
fuck do you sit on a panel with 3 black women and say 3 black women are racist? But I'm awake.
No, she's not coming back because
I
you know
can't.
what we're now experiencing.
That's when she got
This
fired.
is white fragility. Remember when I said
Oh God,
that
no.
Caitlyn
Oh,
and
no.
not Caitlyn herself. I'm sorry. Remember when I said that white women are very fragile? That's because of this cushion that has been created for them. So when they are confronted with truth,
Again, I
Okay.
think the fragility goes into the class thing. It's because she's had kind of an easy life.
Right.
That's and
Right.
someone's challenging her on that, and she can't handle it because she just hasn't had the life experience.
Right. Right. And so the whole taking this to a race thing of white women are fragile and white fragility, it's irrelevant because we're talking about Pearl. Had she invited a white woman that was not Pearl, you know what I'm saying? And you could pick anybody, like if she picked Sydney Watson or if she picked how is it I can't think of white women off the top of my head?
I was about to say
I'm
Lauren Chen, but
or Lauren Southern. You know what I'm
Asian.
saying? All right, Lauren Southern. She could have picked them. And but of course, these women would never come on a trashy show like this. But it's like you pick Pearl. You pick Pearl. And I think I have a funny feeling she picked her just so they can argue back and forth. But I don't think Brittany anticipated Pearl of rage quitting.
No. Yeah. They probably wanted to batter around a little more.
Right. They wanted to make this like probably a constant show. Like this is her highest rated show. Now it's going to go down the toilet more because it's like people weren't watching because it wasn't interesting. They want to see, if you're going to have Pearl on there with 3 black women, then they want to see some cat fight. And this is the highest show that they had because there was a cat fight.
Right. They had Pearl on to get clickbait on her, and Pearl went on to get clickbait from them.
Right. There you go. Yes. Unfortunately, they're the one with the clickbait, and Pearl left with nothing.
And then Clam walked off with no Spanx on, and she looked like
no Spanx.
She's like, "Look, I'm leaving. I'm leaving to go find a bra."
Girl, you got those small boobs, and you wearing that dress, which makes people look at your stomach. That's just not the look.
It's not right.
Do it in black again, or get shapewear, or she has like whatever. Was she a B cup?
Don't give her no advice.
Get
Chrissie.
a bra.
She's so fucking nice. That makes me angry. She's so nice to these old bitch ass, ugly ass,
I'm not
crazy
being
ass.
nice. I'm just saying very simple tweaks could be made that if she still really must wear that dress, she could look better in it. Okay,
she doesn't have
She was
any.
like, don't give her.
No. Pearl doesn't have any female friends, and she's going to get that advice from Chrissie and actually apply it.
I'm trying to be her female friend, whether she likes it or not. I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna get in there like Heidi.
I'm at a 30 or I'm at a 3. The truth doesn't change. The reality is her and I've had conversations where she may think I'm stupid and she's saying a lot without saying a lot. Girl, I'm gonna clock that shit. So you don't get to say women don't make.
It's like she's letting her know, like, I'm not your friend. You can't confide in me. Like, if you say things, I'm gonna use them against you in an argument. Which kind of sucks, but she shouldn't have assumed that these girls were her friends.
True.
Make good financial decisions.
She had one
when you're fucking rich ass.
She backstabbed her like a childhood friend. And that's why I know Pearl's a piece of shit. Because when you backstab a childhood friend, a friend that you a girlfriend, female friend you had since you were 5 years old, you guys been through so much together. And then all of a sudden you get a little fame and you talk about her on one of your Manosphere shows, and then you throw her underneath the bus in order to make yourself look good, to literally do the pick me shit. So Pearl doesn't deserve any female friends because the one true female friend she had, she threw her underneath the bus.
Damn, that sucks. Wow.
Daddy is the reason you are what you fucking are. You don't get to sit up here and fucking do that shit.
Well,
I'm not standing for that shit.
It's because you feel patronized, and I understand why. Because
I'm not going for that.
Because growing up in a household pretty much with that, I actually relate to that a lot. That's why it's like, I hear there's two different conversations going on right now, because it's like the point originally was women don't have intuition. You answered the question, which was there's a certain level of awareness that you have, and you either have it or you don't.
Right. Pearl could have focused it. Okay, who makes bad decisions and why? Instead, she handled it so poorly. Ended up being about her privileged upbringing. It's like, wow, she really lost.
It was always going to be on shitting on women. That's all she got. That's her one trick pony. It's never about let's talk about holding a group of people responsible, or let's hold everybody responsible. It's always fuck women, fuck women, fuck women. Women doing this, women doing that, women. It's always women's fault. That's all she got. And she has the nerve to be a woman herself. That's why, and that's why she aging so bad. You can't fucking go against who you are as a person and then not think that shit's gonna not come back on you.
The life you lead always shows up on your face.
Right, there you go.
A good, kind person. If you laugh, if you love, if you're a good friend, if you're kind to animals.
Right.
If you help a turtle cross the road, you'll be glowing for it. Let's see.
You don't. That's where things went left, because she took that as an attack and was like, oh, well, I don't have a woman's intuition. Well, what makes you a woman, essentially?
Trying to say what makes you feminine, bitch. You're a 6 foot fucking masculine ass fucking man, bitch. And at the end of the day, I am the masculine.
She let that all the way out.
I didn't see this part.
Because masculine is action. So yes, I am the breadwinner in my family. Yes, I have had to get it out the mud. I've been doing this for 12 years. So I really don't want to hear somebody who comes from privilege to sit up here and say that women collectively ain't shit, can't make great decisions, and whatever the fuck. Again, bitch, if we're 4 episodes in and you're already fucking crying, bitch, get the fuck on. I'm not here to convince anybody, bitch. Again, crying the fucking blues. Like I said, you can't be triggered if it's not true. And I'm at a 30 because
she should also know, like, if you're doing a show and you're trying to be a regular panelist with these women, you should kind of prepare yourself a little bit better, like get to know them better. What are their triggers? What are their arguments? You know what I mean? Like, what, if you're going to try to debate them, what points do they usually go to? Like, she should have gotten to know them all a little bit better before she tried to argue with them.
I think Pearl's just not used to, so Pearl was doing a lot of street interviews. So she's used to, women not knowing her talking points. And then when she invited women to come into her studio in London to have the talk show similar to Fresh and Fit, those women didn't know her talking points. So she's kind of used to women being dumbfounded or not knowing what to say here. But Brittany kind of like already knew who she was. As a matter of fact, Brittany was on a show with Pearl and Fresh and Fit, or maybe it wasn't Fresh and Fit. I'm not sure, but I know she was on a thing with Pearl. And Brittany had different energy. Brittany was trying to be like understanding. It really shocked me, you know, how cooperative she was. And then I think after they start saying the most ridiculous shit, you know what I'm saying? That's when she realized, okay, this red pill thing is not working for me. I cannot sit up here and try to be an ally to them. And then she switched it up. And I think Pearl thought because she was not combative on her show that she would still hold that same energy when she comes on to Brittany's show.
Can you imagine if Pearl bounded up to you on the street with a microphone? Wouldn't you just be terrified? Like, God, get away from me.
Well, I'm taller than her, so no. But for most women, yeah.
I'd be like, ew, God.
I'd be like, what do you want from me? Foot Locker is 2 blocks that way.
Like, good Jesus Christ. My eyes are burning, please.
Are you trying to ask me where you can buy shapewear?
I know, Jesus Christ, you order Skims online.
Do you need help shopping? Good Lord.
Because I've been waiting for this bitch. I've been waiting because I went on her show. I did what I was supposed to do. I listened to her. I let her.
See, okay. I remember. I like the fact that I remember shit like that. So this was
She's
all
a bully.
planned.
She had this in her back pocket.
On her other platform. I ain't seen it yet here.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just like, bitch,
Brittany,
keep the same energy.
I'm gonna tell you what. Are we still recording? I hope we're still recording because I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Fuck outta here.
I was really waiting for this moment, and I knew it was gonna be messy, but I was really waiting for this moment because I have been getting drugged for the last 24 hours for doing this show.
Drug? I think she means dragged. Is
Yeah.
drug? I've been
She
getting
can say drag, but I guess drug will work.
I want
too.
everyone to know that and be clear. I have a respected career as a journalist, and I cover a league that is predominantly black and predominantly
you
queer.
Me neither. I don't know who any of these people are.
Respected journalist. Yes, it's Brian Gumble, Anderson Cooper, and whoever this is. Respected journalist.
Who are you?
This is CNN. I'm from RNN, the Ratchet News Network. Maybe you've heard of it. I'm from, you may have heard of Newsmax. Well, I'm from WeaveMax.
Or Wig Max.
Wig Max.
Yeah, that's definitely a wig on her head.
And I have been sitting for the last 3 days next to someone who has used their platform to spear transphobia, homophobia.
Oh, well, that's fine.
God.
That's fine.
Racism, xenophobia, and every other phobia that you can think of. And while my point was to say, hey, we can come here and still have conversations and still challenge those views, I have had people say to me, Tarika, I find it a little fun.
Tarika, you're not a real journalist. Stop going around saying you are a real. Take that ridiculous necklace off. It looks like you got it out of a gumball machine.
I've had people say to me, Tarika,
Oh, God.
Tarika, take off those earrings. They look like origami swans.
funny that you can talk about Caitlin Clark and how she doesn't address misogyny and bigotry and things of that nature, but you can sit next to someone who says all of those things, does all of those things, and you say nothing. And I want y'all to know that y'all are not wrong. Y'all are not wrong because I don't fuck with that shit. I don't fuck with that shit. I don't do that shit, but I am a believer. I'm a believer in God. And I was going to have a conversation today about how to move.
She did, to me, it's like she didn't have the balls to bring that up.
No, and she's talking shit afterwards, dude. Just stop it. Stop.
Okay, cool. Well, that was Pearl. Anyway, I hope she gets well soon. I hope she recovers from that. That was pretty brutal.
I think she still deserves everything she gets.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's see. Oh my god, and this is the perfect thing. So if there was any doubt with how she took all that, she went ahead and got struggle
The
bank.
very next day, the day after I exposed her getting kicked out, she comes and do a video with she cuts her bangs herself, and she looks like Eric Stoltz in a fucking wig. Okay. And I was like, what the fuck?
Trauma
looks
bangs?
like she's going to hobble someone. She looks like Kathy Bates. What is going on? She has a man strapped down to that bed. She's gonna hobble him. What is happening? That's
bangs,
her?
You know that clip from I think it's Anchorman, and Will Ferrell is like in the middle of the summer. He goes, milk was a bad choice after he like chugged a bunch of milk and they eat. Like that's how I feel like. It's like bangs were a bad choice.
Oh no.
This was said like she just says someone who looks like her should not be against women. Because if she had women friends, they would do wonders for her. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is not the look right here. Your hair's too thin for that shit. If you ain't gonna put no extensions in it, I don't know why the hell you cut bangs.
Or you gotta cut a thicker bang. You
With
gotta
that thin of hair.
Yeah, I don't even think she has that much hair. Yeah, you're right. She has to cut a thicker bang, but I don't even think she has that much hair to make it thick. Also, bangs are supposed to make you look younger. This add 10 more years onto her fucking age.
And also, what the fuck is this potato sack sweater in front of a red wall? Listen,
I think the sweater says Idaho on the back.
I mean, for Christ's sake, she looks misshapen. She looks frumpy, or I didn't think she could look frumpier. I mean, you don't need any skims under that, Clam.
She reminds me of oh my god, what's his name? From Little Nicky, his brother.
Little Nicky's
his brother. What was his name? Hold on, I gotta look it up. The guy from Ethan House of the Dragon too.
I can't stand Adam Sandler, and Little Nicky I think is my least favorite.
I love Little Nicky.
Adrian, I think.
Adrian.
The movie.
Yes. You're so right. Or she looks like Jabba the Hutt. One of the other.
With bangs.
For Christ's sake. That's
Eric Stoltz with a wig. It's pretty brutal, Tree. It definitely does not help to hide. She should do a big bang, something that covers her wonky eye, like a big swooping.
Listen, Brittany Venti gave her a lot of great advice. Okay. She took none of it. She told her what to do with her hair. She told her how to dress. She told her what colors look good based upon her skin complexion. She just refused to listen.
Yeah.
Evil people just will never look good. That's
a good point. Yes.
Just She reminds me of Lena Dunham. Oh, that was another train wreck.
God, you should see Lena right now. It's really bad.
Woo.
God.
Like scary bad.
And you don't match your hair to your personality and your weird sweater. Just blah.
Jeremy Parker, thanks again. My point is shaved down. Speaking gorillas do not wear underwear. Can't blame clammy things. Oh.
Clammy. Oh my God. Kiki bucks for anybody that calls her Clam. Love it. Love it.
So yeah, say no to trauma bangs. If someone blows you away in an argument, embarrasses you in a live stream, do not go ahead and get bangs.
Right.
She was so embarrassed she cut her own bangs. She did fringe bangs. Like, I know it'll help.
Dude, like, why would you do that to your hair? She don't even have, she doesn't have thick hair, right? And she refused to put extensions in there. There's nothing wrong with that. But she should do it like, oh my God.
She spent her $50,000 allowance, Tree.
Right.
Didn't have the money for the extensions, you know.
Okay.
Maybe she wanted to spin the attention away from how she bombed in that podcast to the bangs.
To how ugly she
is. It worked.
Good plan.
Because the next day we stopped talking about the podcast and just start clowning her hair the entire day. So it worked.
Maybe
You're
the
right.
feminine thing got her when
Thanks.
she told her she wasn't feminine. She's like, I'll show you feminine.
Yeah,
Thing. Like,
That's funny,
I'll do
Amanda.
the cut.
You don't think I'm feminine? I can do bangs. Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.